Hello, hello, hello. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, back for another coffee and cards. I'm sorry I'm not live today. I'm not at my desk, so I have pre-recorded a video for you, so I hope to share some inspiration with you this way. Now, this is a project I made at my team event last weekend, and we had so much fun making this. It's a box of Christmas cards, and I've made two of them. Let me grab the other one to show you. Yeah, really gorgeous, both exactly the same, just I use the same design, a series paper to cover it, just a different sheet. Really pretty gift to give to somebody before Christmas, so that they can give out Christmas cards. I really enjoyed making these, so much fun to do. Make sure that you stamp your envelopes to match your cards. Let me grab the other set, because I had more time with this one. And I stamped all the envelopes to match. So how much fun are these? So today I'm going to show you how to make this box of cards. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make the box. And then on Friday, I'm going to show you how to make some of the cards. I may not get fit in all of them in that post, but maybe I'll do two then and two the following Tuesday. But you will get them. It'll be like a little series. You will get them all. So yeah, such a pretty box. So lovely to gift to somebody, and they can keep that little box and put Christmas cards in it to send out. It would be so nice to give to maybe an elderly relative who can't get to the shops, and pop some postage stamps in there, or to anybody you care about. So I am going to show you how to make this box now. For mine, I use this gorgeous Christmas to Remember stamp set. No, it's called the Christmas Season stamp set, and a coordinating sentiment stamp set for that called Christmas to Remember, if my words would work. And then I put with it the coordinating dies for those stamp sets, called the seasonal label dies. How cool are these? Because they have enough labels to cut out all the different sentiments and do lots of things. And then they have all of the dies to cut out all of the images. So this was out last year, it carried forward. I'm very pleased because I didn't get it last year and I'm absolutely loving it. Right, okay, so I'm going to bring my trimmer in and I'm going to bring my cardstock in. Now, I wanted to go green and red, very traditional Christmas for this box. Now, you could do anything with this box. You could do a birthday card one with different papers or whatever, but it's nearly Christmas, guys. Well, we are almost there. So we're almost into November when we will flurry around, and I think it's good just to get a little bit ahead, especially if you're making handmade gifts and cards. Okay, so I went with Pear Pizzazz for mine, and what you need to do is you take your piece of cardstock. I have got a piece of A4 cardstock here, and I've got my Stampin' Up trimmer with a scoring blade, and I'm going to be scoring. So with the long edge butted up to this piece here at the top, the horizontal piece, I am going to score, and if I bring it down you might be able to see a bit better. I'm going to score it at 8 centimeters and then 9.5. Then I'll bring the arm out because I'm going to go over to 21. There. Score again. And where's my 22.5. Okay. So once you've done those 4 lines on there, you've got 4. I'm going to turn it round so that it's in the portrait position. And I'm going to score it at 0.5 centimetre here. Checking I've got it straight. 0.5 centimetre. Okay, we're going to go for 2 centimetres. $19 centimetres. And 20.5 centimetres. So your cardstock should have symmetrical lines across it and down it. So I'm going to move the trimmer out of the way. This is the fun bit. Okay, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I need to grab a pen or a pencil. You grab a pencil. Have I got a pencil handy? Why does that always happen? Okay. I'll put things right at the back of my desk. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pieces we're going to cut away. Okay, so on the edge, if I just fold these lines, you can see them a little better. And these are the ones that we're going to cut away. Okay, now I'm going to bring my ruler in. I was going to bring my ruler in, which has now disappeared. Where has my ruler gone? Why? Okay, so what we're going to do is, right, this should be 22.5 centimetres, so I'll make sure I've got it round the right way. So let's have a look. Yes, so this score line here is 22.5 centimetres, so make sure you've got that here over on your right. Okay, and we are going to shade away all the pieces that we do not need. We are going to take off all of this. You're going to take it all the way up, right to that last piece. So you're going to take off this piece, all down here, all down here, and all down here. And you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So all of it is going to come off. And that's what you're going to cut off. Okay, I'm going to just fold my edges. So we had such a wonderful team event this weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, because I'm filming this in the future. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday I held a 2-day team event for my team and it was brilliant. We had so much fun. I have unpacked most of my stuff today from yesterday. So but yeah, I think it's still missing. They're in my craft room where I've unpacked them, but I don't know. So I am going to grab a pair of long handled scissors and I'm going to start snipping away at these shaded pieces so you can see what we don't want. So we don't want this. And I'm going to take it right the way up here. This is the most simple box for cards. So easy to make. Take that one off. And here. Make sure you do it straight. You'll probably take a bit more time than I am. There we are. Take those out of the way. And so you've got your kind of box shape. Okay, so this is going to be the base. Oh, I left a piece that doesn't need to be on there. How did I do that? Okay, so this one's off. Okay, so now you can see how the box is going to take shape. This is going to fold up here and the box is going to close this way. So now you know which is the top and the bottom of your box. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my corner rounder. This is an old one. We don't sell it anymore. But if you have one, you might want to round the edges of your top of your box. You really don't need to have to if you don't want to. I'll show you. This is the one I made before. I did not round the corners and I like it. And this is the one where I did round the corners and I also like that one. So, you know, it's fine if you don't have it. Right, this is an old Project Life one from when Stampin' Up were doing Project Life a lot more. Right, okay. So I've just rounded those. And then the next thing we need to do is cut up our coordinating cardstock that we're going to use on top of our box. Now, I've cut my pieces up already, and I'll tell you what size they need to be. So I've gone for real red to go with my green. And I've got a piece that is 16.4 centimetres by 10.8 centimetres. I've got a piece that is 16.4 centimetres by 7.3. a piece that is 16.4 by 6.8 centimeters, and then I have got two pieces here that are also 16.4 centimeters, but they are by 1.2 centimeters. And I've got two tiny ones that are 6.8 by 1.2 centimeters. And we're going to put these in position now so you can see where they're going to go on the box. We're going to glue them on. Okay, and I'm going to do it before I put my box together. So I believe this one will go on here. So bear in mind that this flap is a different size to this flap. You need to make sure you get the right pieces on there. So yeah, that's going to go on there. So in which case, I am going to corner around the bottom of those to match. Like that. There we go. So they're going to go on there. Let's grab my glue. So I'm going to put the glue on the back of the red piece. Real red is such a gorgeous Christmassy colour, isn't it? I love it. Here we go. I'm going to pop that on. Do like the multi-purpose liquid glue that we have, because you can, it sticks really well, but it gives you a couple of seconds of wriggle room to move things around to make sure they're right. So I've got that one on there. Obviously the large panel will be going on the back here. So let's pop that one on. So nice. I have a few now to gift. Let's just make sure that's even. Have a nice even border all the way around. Okay. Like that. And then this one should fit nicely on there. I really like the way it contrasts. We are going to put some of the beautiful Painted Christmas designer series paper on there too. Now, the Painted Christmas DSP carried over from last year, which is highly unusual for a patterned paper for Stampin' Up, but it was so very popular we carried it over, and it actually was sold as a suite with this stamp set and dies, and it goes beautifully with it. So, which is why I've chosen to just put it together, because it's so nice. So what we need to do now is actually put these pieces on as well. So no pieces left green, as it were. Oop, there we go. Nice and straight. And then the same here. And then we're going to cut the DSP out. I have not cut that out yet. I was going to choose a piece. So this one is going to go on here, like that. Okay, and all that's left are these two pieces here. So we'll pop that on, and then we will stick our box together to create it. Oh, that's a bit short. I think I did this on my original box, never mind. Then the next box I made, it was absolutely perfectly fine. I don't know. It's my user error cutting skills, I'm sure. And that's fine, because you can just make it fit. Okay, so there we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to glue my box together. Now I think I'm going to use tear and tape. Let's grab some of that. It's a really, really good way of putting a really good strong sticky on your, on your box. I wouldn't advise you use seal, but maybe if you use the seal plus, that would work nicely. So tear and tape's going to go here on that 1/2 centimetre piece. Ooh. And on this one, there we go. just is slightly too wide, hardly anything, by, you know, just about not even a millimetre. So I'm just going to bat it back so that it doesn't show through and make anything sticky inside. And I am going to pull this over here. And make sure it's flush and really nice and tidy on the side. And then the same on this one. How nice to have something handmade for Christmas. There we go. Put my pencil in there and just press that corner in. There we go. So there is the basis of our box. Now we need to, I'm a bit close with this camera. Let me bring it up a little bit. We just need to decorate it. So I'm going to grab the designer series paper pack out. So let's have a look at what we've got. I've got a full pack plus some extra here. I'm going to have a look at what we've got. It's so beautiful. It's got real red, it's got Pizzazz, Evening Evergreen, I think that is. It's so beautiful. And look at the back of it. It's gorgeous. So it's a 12 by 12 pack. You get 2 sheets of each design and they're double-sided. I've used this one before. I like the red on that one. I've used this one as well on this box. So pretty. This one of my team used this. It looked gorgeous. I think I might go for this pretty one. Why not? All right. Oh, is that the piece of the backing? Yes. Popped out there. Right, so we've got our piece of designer series paper. And we're going to cut up the pieces we need. So this needs to be, let me find my measurements I've written. Okay, 15.8 it needs to be. Let's pull my trimmer out. 15.8. There is 15.5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 15.8 by 6.7. One by 10.2. 1, 2. Another one at 15.8 by 6.2. And then 2 at 15.8 by 1 centimetre. Oh, that moved. Might be okay. Yeah, that's all right. And 2 at 6.2. So let's have 6.2. And these are tiny little strips by 0.8. So I'm going to bring it this side because it's easier to see on this side of my trimmer. I'm going to have 0.8. Tiny little strip. And again, 0.8. Okay, so there's all those bits cut up. It's that lovely jingle bell on the back. So we can decorate it now, but we need to make sure we've got the right pieces. So this is obviously the back. So we can pop that one on already. That's so nice, isn't it? Love that one. And the jingle bells are so pretty. They would look lovely too, wouldn't they? Should we do jingle bells? No, I'm going to go with what I decided. I'm just going to have to make another one with that pattern on. Right, there we are. Like that. And then we can do the front and the bottom. So let's check which one it is. There's that one and that one. No, that looks right. So I'm going to corner round again. There we go. Give this a bit of glue on it. Pop that one in. Nice red border around the outside. This one's next. And then the small pieces. And then it's just the front of our box to decorate. Looks so nice, that contrast does. Okay, let's do the long pieces. See how skinny they are, and yet they fit perfectly. That's what we need. There we go. That's that one. And then we're just going to do the bottom. I'm now covered in glue. I've got a wipe here. Let me wipe my hands. Because I am a messy gluer. I don't know about you. I am a messy gluer. I do like the glue, but I do end up in a pickle sometimes. And that's all right. I think it's because it's a very new bottle. This is coming out at a rate of knots. Right, go on properly. It's quite small and fiddly for me to do. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our box. How cute is that? We just need to do the side. I also closed mine with a magnet. I don't have them to hand, actually. They're tiny. I'll show you how I closed it. And I bought them. You can buy them from Amazon. And they're good for a closure. However, I might make that bigger. However, magnets. These are very strong earth magnets, and yeah, you'd have to be very careful that it didn't come off, or that you didn't drop it, because you would not want a pet getting hold of one of those, or a child swallowing one of those, because that could be fatal. It could be a catastrophe. So yeah, you might be better off with the Velcro closures you can buy, the double-sided, the sticky ones. Or if you want to have the magnets, definitely pop them on. I put mine on with a glue dot, and I'll show you exactly how I've done it. So here we go. Here's my glue dot. I've put my label on the front, and I've put my magnet with a glue dot here and one here, and it shuts, and it's very satisfyingly shut. So yeah, you could do either a Velcro or a magnet. Right, okay, so next thing is decorating the front of your box. This is the fun part. So grab out your stamp set and choose what you'd like to go on the front. So pine cones and leaves and fir bits and pine bits and holly berries, and then there's a holly berry stalk. You've got holly, you've got like eucalyptus, and you've got I wonder if that's to do with that. I think that's to do with that, and I hadn't tried that. So you've got two sets of pine cones, you've got all sorts of leaves and berries. So I've done some already, because I didn't think you wanted to watch me stamp all day and then cut it all out painstakingly. So I've had some from a previous project that I didn't use, and then I got some more, so I've got a few. I will actually show you how to stamp these pine cones, because I think that's a useful thing to know. So I'm just going to grab a piece of card. Any card will do. I've got a piece of white here. I've been using Actually, there's white in this, but I have been using Very Vanilla for the cards, and I've been using Very Vanilla for, yeah, I think I might use white actually. I've been using Very Vanilla for the cards inside and the front. I think I might use white because I've got the tones of white in the designer series paper that I chose. Okay, so I'm bringing in the pine cones just to show you how to stamp these if you haven't played with this stamp set already. Okay, so interestingly, there's two sets of pine cones, but they both work in the same way. One is a slightly larger one and one is a slightly smaller one, and one fills the other one in. And the way I try to remember it is I use a lighter colour for the larger one, so lighter, larger, and then a darker colour for the smaller one. So I am going crumb cake for my larger stamp, like so. It's a very pleasing stamp, isn't it? Sorry, my dog has decided to walk into the room. And then with my darker colour, which I've gone for early espresso, I will use the smaller stamp and I'll just line it up. And you know what? It doesn't really matter if they don't line up. It's a very forgiving stamp. You just line it up and off you go, and you have this gorgeous two-tone pine cone. Didn't know we had so much shadow in the shot. I do apologise. So I've just shut the overhead light off. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So you can see you get a lovely two-tone pine cone, and then you will want to cut out all the things that you have stamped with the matching dies. So as you can see, they've got the matching dies for the pine cones and all of the leaves and all of the labels. I'm going to take this big label one out again because I cut it out in Very Vanilla, but I think I need white for this DSP. So I'm going to pop that through my cut and emboss machine, which is behind me. I'm not going to recut out all those ferns. Right, I'm going to cut this out. I really love this very large label. Do you know what I thought of when I first saw it? I thought of having it and scoring it in half and using it on the top of a cello bag to seal it with some treats in, or chocolates or goodies. I thought that would be so nice, so I might do that at some point too. Okay, so what I need to do now is decide what sentiment is going to go on the front. So I have got the Christmas to Remember stamp set that coordinates, and I think I'm going to put this one. Oh no, may this to be a Christmas to remember and cherish. I really like that one. Let's do that one. Where is it? Is it this one? Nope. Which one are you? This one, I think, it's got cherish on it. Yes. Right, let's grab a block. Here we go. Right, real red, I think, because it's so pretty. And I'm going to ink it up in real red. Here we go. And I'm going to stamp it about here, somewhere in the middle. I need to leave enough room at the top for my foliage to hang over. But there we are. Okay, so this is going to go on here. So I'm going to put that on now. And I'm going to only want to put glue on the top half behind here to glue it down, because if I end up with glue here, it's all going to glue it shut. So just be aware of that. Also, the other thing to be aware of is if you're making this box with different paper that has direction on it, you need to make sure you've got your pattern the right way up when you cut it out. So just some glue on the top there and pop it down. That way, if you do a magnet closure, you can pop your magnet here and here. Okay, now did I stick it down? Yeah, I did stick it down flat. Yes. So what I did was I went in and then I arranged what I wanted on the top before I stuck it all down so that I could see where I was at. And I've matched up my stamping with my colours. So I've got some Pear Pizzazz, which matches the box. Yeah, I've got some Evening Evergreen, and I've got all sorts of greens. I've got Soft Succulent as well. Oops, I don't need to put it under the label. I need to pop it under here. Like this. So all I'm going to do is pop it on, decide what's going where, and then I'm going to stick it all down. Oh, you know what I've done? How ridiculous. I've got to stamp on my label. Is it too late? Is it too late, guys? Oh, I think it might be too late. Do you know what though? I'm going to do it again because I like the stamping on this label. So I'm going to show you. In fact, this might be better because it's going to give some strength to that label because I'll have 2 layers on it. Let's just cut that one out again. Happy accident. See, if I make these mistakes, you won't. Well, that's the idea. If I make the mistake, maybe you won't do it when you make yours. Oh dear. Right, okay, let me grab that little fern. It's a little pine bough, I think you would call it. I'm going to bring it in the Soft Succulent. It looks so pretty. And we are going to do a little bit of stamping. And I'm just going to... Oh, should I do Evening Evergreen? I think I will because it's a bit darker. I quite like that. Just change up your stamps to the designer series paper piece you've chosen. I mean, change up your inks. So, Evening Evergreen. Here we go. So, so pretty. Come on. And we want this one. So let's ink this one up again. May this be a Christmas to remember. Hopefully it'll be a really good Christmas for all the right reasons. We want a Christmas to remember. There we go. So that one's on there. We can put the red away again. And we can do some stamping with the Evening Evergreen on the pine bough. Now, I really like this effect. If you stamp it full strength and then you stamp off and stamp again, how beautiful is that? Can you see? That is so, so pretty. Now, so I'm stamping off, stamping on, and it just looks really gorgeous. So, okay, I'm going to do it again here. Now, you can see where it's come off the side, I have a stripe on that stamp. So I wouldn't then want to go and stamp my second generation stamp down because some of it didn't come off the first time because I had it overlapping the label, which I wanted. So I would then stamp that off there and do my second generation stamping like that. So it's an even stamp. I hope that makes sense. If anybody's ever done that, you'll know what I mean. And you have a big stripe through your stamp. Okay. Let's pop some of these things back on it. And then we'll know where we're at. Right, so I think we're going to have it like this. Oops, come up. Like that. We're going to have this piece coming in. Or actually, yeah, no, that piece is good. I have a Pear Pizzazz piece come in. And then I did have a holly. And that's going to come in. And the holly just makes it all pop. And it looks so pretty. So if I take these off, and I pull all these off, I know what I'm starting off with. I'm starting off with this one here. So I'm going to glue the bottom of that one. Like that. On it goes. And I'm bringing this one in just a little bit on the bottom. Oh, it's absolutely pouring out of this glue because it's brand new. You can't win. It's either not coming out or it's pouring out. Pop this one over. Like that one. Then I'm going to put my pine cones on, which are going to cover up where these stems all meet. Like that. And I'm not going to use dimensional foam pads because I think that's going to raise it up too much, but you can if you like. And then we are almost done with our box. Oh, I was very excited making this box. Do love a box. So there we go. Let's move the die and all these spare pieces that I can save for later, because you could definitely have put those in, but it's getting a bit much. So let's move those over. I think I might add a little bit more foam down the bottom there. It's looking a bit bare. There we go. Looking really cute. So now all I need to do is not have it glued to the grid paper, but pop it back over that label, the first label. Now you don't need two labels, but I forgot to stamp on mine, hence I have two labels. Okay. So glue. So yeah, when I come back on my Fun Friday Live, I will show you how to make the cards to the inside of this box to gift. And I'll show you how to do the magnet closure too, because they won't be packed away. I know where they are. And I'll show you how to do those. But yeah, there is our Christmas box of cards. And how pretty that is to gift. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've taken something from it. It might inspire you to make a box of cards. I think it would be a really lovely thing to make and sell at a craft fair, or just gift to a friend or an elderly relative or anybody who might like some nice cards to share. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please write down in the comments below. Do you know what I'd really like to know? Are you a traditional Christmas person, or do you like pinks at Christmas and light blues and all those other colours? I like both. So I'd love to know what you think. And if you've liked the box that we've made, do pop it in the comments in the description box below. And I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm get my videos shown to people who might be interested, and helps me so much. All the products that I use are available in my Stampin' Up online shop, and that link is in the description bar down below too. I will see you very soon. So I'll see you for Fun Friday on Friday, and when I'm back live next week. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.